On March 4, 2018, Mother Williams, 80, was found dead on the floor of her apartment at Preston Place Retirement Community in Plano, Texas, just north of Dallas. Over the following week and a half, her daughters Holleen Williams and Lindsay Rowan began going through the luxury senior living apartment, packing and cleaning. But things seemed strange in nearly every room. In the bathroom, a necklace and ring they didn't remember belonging to their mother. On a counter, a pair of black Ray-Ban sunglasses that were not her style. In the dining room, a mess of open and empty jewelry boxes, not the careful way their mother organized her precious heirlooms. While cleaning, Rowan had a strange feeling about the bedroom. She decided to turn over her mother's pillows. On the back of one, she saw the imprint of a face and a deep and dark blood stain. She brought it into the other room to show her sister, frozen in fear. They immediately knew what it was. The next day, in one building over from their mother's apartment, another woman was found dead, and a third survived an attack from a man she said tried to smother her with a pillow. In fact, at the same retirement community, William Nelson, 81, had passed on just 5 days after Williams on March 9th, followed by Anne Conklin, 82, on March 18th. The very next day, on March 19th, Mary Battelle, 91, had an intruder force his way into her apartment. She later told the police that the intruder said to her, "Go to bed, don't fight me." He then put a pillow over her face until she lost consciousness. Thankfully, a pacemaker in her chest kept her alive until a neighbor arrived and called 911. She provided a description of her attacker, and police identified Billy Chemirmir as a suspect. Chemirmir had gone under the police radar for years at this point. Mary Battelle survived the attack the day after Rowan found her mother's blood-stained pillow would kick off an investigation that would uncover his 2 years murderous spree. A Kenyan immigrant with permanent resident status in the US, Billy Chemirmir was born in Kabonyoni village of Eldama Ravine to a long-serving village chief on December 8th of 1972. When the police in Plano began investigating the attack on Battelle, they found a suspicious person report linked to Chemirmir at 2 senior living communities. They set up a sting operation at his apartment in Dallas and arrested him the evening after the attack on Battelle. That evening, Chemirmir arrived home around 6 p.m. The police who had him under surveillance saw him toss a jewelry box into the Rancho Palisades apartment complex dumpster. They arrested him on the outstanding warrants and pulled the jewelry box out of the trash. There was a name on the box, Luthi Harris. When police arrived at Harris's home, they found the door locked. They forced their way inside and found her dead on the floor of her bedroom. This was on the 20th of March, the day after Mary Battelle's attack. At the time of the arrest, Chemirmir was gripping cash and jewelry as they put him in handcuffs. Investigators then began combing through hundreds of death cases and reports of missing jewelry, matching them to records from Chemirmir's phone. Medical examiners evaluated each case, changing death certificates from natural causes to homicidal, violence, or undetermined. The investigations would unearth that his killing spree had begun in April of 2016 at Edgemere. Catherine Prost Sinclair, 87, is believed to have been his first victim in Edgemere. On the 8th of April 2016, Phyllis Payne was killed on May 14 and Phoebe Perry on June 5th. The killing in Edgemere stopped when Billy Chemirmir was arrested on charges of criminal trespass and failure to show ID to police and presented 3 outstanding arrest warrants on June 18, 2016. He then started killing at the Tradition Prestwood, where he is believed to have ended the lives of Joyce Abramowitz on July 18th, Juanita Pardee on July 31st, Leah Cocken on August 19th, Margaret White on August 28th, Solomon Spring on October 1st, Norma French October 8th, Glenna Day October 15th, and Doris Gleason October 30th. On November 13th, 2016, a suspicious person matching Chemirmir's description was spotted at the Tradition Prestwood. According to a Dallas police report, the man was dressed in a nice suit and carried a leather satchel. He claimed he was a maintenance worker there to work on the pipes. Police urged the facility to tighten security and possibly go door to door. This report would later make him a person of interest following Mary's attack. Helen Lee was killed in Frisco on September 2nd of 2017 and Marilyn Bixler on September 17th. On October 29th of the same year, at the same place, a 93-year-old Frisco woman told police that a well-dressed black man had come to her door and said he was a maintenance worker. When she said she didn't need any work done, he forced his way inside, knocked her from her walker to the floor, and tried to smother her with a pillow. The man then took jewelry from the apartment and left. The woman was able to press an emergency alert button, which alerted caretakers and Frisco police. She later was shown a photo lineup and identified Chemirmir as her attacker. The next killing spree took place at Preston Place Retirement Community, where Minnie Campbell lost her life on 31st of October, Diana Delahanty on December 3rd, Mamie Dell on December 8th, and another unknown victim on the 10th of December. Chemirmir then revisited his old hunting grounds on the 23rd of December, just hours after she was playing with her great-grandson. Doris Weserman was found dead in her apartment at the Tradition Prestwood. She was 90. Her death was listed in the July 2019 lawsuit that alleged she was also a victim of Chemirmir. On December 31st, he killed Caroline McPhee and Rosemary Curtis. On January 19, 2018, each in their own private homes. Mary Brooke lost her life at Custer Trail condominiums on 31st of January. This was the last killing before the Preston Place murders that led to his arrest. In some cases, police say he went from door to door at independent living apartments, pretending to be a maintenance worker. In other cases, like with the death of Brooks, he stalked women at a Walmart store before following them home and forcing his way inside. Prosecutors say he would shove them onto the bed or the floor, pushing a pillow over their faces to smother the women to death. He would then rifle through their cabinets and drawers to steal jewelry, cash, and other precious items. But throughout the string of deaths and thefts, officials attributed each to natural causes. Many police officers who responded to crime scene after crime scene assumed the dead were old people who must have died from heart attack, not homicide. Chemirmir was indicted with 22 counts of capital murder, Several other cases have not yet been brought before a grand jury for indictment. On April 28, 2022, he was convicted in the murder of Luthi Harris and was sentenced to life in prison. His trial for the murders of Mary Brooks began on October 3, 2022. On October 7, he was convicted in the murder of Mary Brooks and was sentenced to another life in prison.